What up, Internet? I'm Young Guru, and welcome back to Metroid Prime. In the first episode, we got through the, the space frigate, the space pirate frigate, and landed on Talon 4. And now, with 0% of the game complete, 12 minutes in, we're going to venture forth upon our journey in pursuit of Meta Ridley. Or so it seems. So for anyone that was disappointed in that first episode that there was no sequence breaking, don't worry. It starts right now. Well, not right now. Right now we're doing a research of the gunship. So you're supposed to go. That's pretty much the only place you can go, that door. Or so it would seem. There's a gap here. So we can't get over to here. To get to that door, where one of my favorite items in the game is located. But don't despair. Let's get ourselves on this back engine. Do a little 180. Pull out our scan visor. Grab that and do a dash jump to the left. Oh, first try. I'm proud. So what we did there was the dash jump in combat is used to strafe dodge around your enemies. If you have the scan visor out, you can grab a hold of non-enemies, do the dodge, and if you let go of L, your lock on, or right after you start it, you just launch yourself to the side. Which is what we did. And right out the gate, like 15 items earlier than you're supposed to, and in praise of the sun, we get the space jump boots. Not quite on par with Super Metroid's never-ending jump, space jump boots. But getting a second jump while in midair, super useful. And with that, we have broken the sequence in the game. We can't actually go back through here, but I will get a scan of a zoomer. Yep, and a sapsack. And basically, you normally come down this path. You know what? I might open the other door on the other side, just for map's completion's sake. But up there, you would need morph ball bombs to get through this piece of stone, which we can't scan. And you also need the boost ball. Then you come down here, and with a single jump, you can't get back, so you are forced to proceed this way. And if you fall, then you gotta do a little circular backtracking to get back to that area. But for now, let's go here. Continue on the critical path. Add some more research. New creature, the beetle. Oh, where's my door? As far as learning to do that maneuver, I'll post a... Oh, what are you? New creature, blast cap. A link to a video that does a proper tutorial of the scanned jump trick. There are a few other areas that it can be used. And it is essential for beating the game if you want to do a no grappling beam run. Chozo Ruins West. We're not going to do that, though. We're going to get all the items, and we're going to get them something quick. I think we're going to get the grapple beam hours before we normally would. Same with the ice beam and the plasma beam. Well, get out of my face, beetle. Standard entry-level enemy. Oh, I don't have a charge beam, so I have no tractor beam to pull those into me. And here, we got our first Chozo lore. Piece of water floating against the wall. At the highest point of our city lies the fountain, a wellspring of pure water that flows throughout our civilization. It is the jewel of the Chozo, the life giver, and yet its waters speak of a clouded future. As we come to understand the paths of time and space more clearly, we have begun to glimpse rough tatters of past and future, glittering behind reality like soft lights behind a curtain. We have seen the fountain in these glimpses, pouring darkness instead of water, and we cannot guess what the visions mean. So as I said earlier, all of the story, other than, Meta Ridley appearing and us chasing after Meta Ridley, is expressed through scans. The pirate logs are from the space pirate perspective, and the Chozo lore is from the Chozo perspective. And the Chozo ones have quite a date range. A date range, I would say. Some are much closer to what is happening in this game. Some are a little farther in the past. I would say we've probably got the oldest of the space pirate logs talking about the destruction of planet Zebes. And actually, okay, let's look at our start menu. Arm cannons, you can see we're going to get 5. There are 5 question marks on the right. Underneath, I believe, are morph balls. That's the question mark. 5 suits, 4 visors, 2 of which we already have, and 5 secondary items. Space jump, which is lost. That's why it's blue, or maybe unequipped. Same with missile launcher, and then 3 other ones. To the right, we have our logbook, pirate data, and I think these are actually organized by the log date of the 09992.3. So Fall of Zebes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is the 7th. Chozo lore, there's no indication of date on them, but I think they're organized also chronologically. Creatures are your bestiary with no logical order that I can see. Research, such as save stations. And then finally, we'll have artifacts that we'll get to later, but that'll be a while before we get to there. And then your options. Hopefully, actually, we'll get to that by the end of the episode. So normally you need the boost ball to get up there, but with the double jump so early, we get the missiles, and we can go directly into the shrine behind this missile-locked door. New research, blast shield. And through here, new creature. The scarab. Little tiny creatures that explode and in normal mode do negligible damage, but in hard mode, until you get a few more, energy tanks, it's worthwhile to actually destroy them so as not to sap all of your energy. Looks like they do about 7 damage per hit. And so we're not going to do this, but you can technically, I think, avoid this entire fight by double jumping across the activation point for the fight, which is somewhere on this sand. Oh, come on. So the control structure for this game predates, your Xbox 360, of course, or your PlayStation 3 with modern first-person shooters, where you have a motion analog stick and then a aim analog stick, if that's the setup you use. And so in this, we turn with the stick, and we walk forward and backward with the stick, and we strafe by holding the left trigger. So it makes certain combat maneuvers somewhat challenging, which is why you'll see me jumping, turning, and jumping to get a better view of the action. If I was playing with a modern control scheme, I would not be doing that. And unfortunately, or fortunately, I don't really know, you can't use the C stick for aim control because you need it to control your beams. Plated beetle, well armored version of the beetle that we were fighting earlier. Charge at me. Charge at me. Oh. And he's done. It's done. And we get the morph ball out of turn. And we get a new research. Is that an ultra? Ultra energy 100. That is super early to get one of those. Considering it's more energy than we have. And we have the morph ball. Yay! Mobility enhanced. So normally I can double jump out of here, but normally you can't. So you use the morph ball to go through here. I cannot express how great it is to get the space jump first thing out of the game. I don't know how to play this game without doing that. You might have noticed on the pirate ship earlier, some of my controls looked a little bizarre because I am so used to hitting jump twice to do things, and you don't have the double jump at that point in the game, and I don't know how to control Samus without that second jump. But luckily that starting area is not challenging at all, so it didn't really matter. New creature. The Plasmite, providing light to the room. And a new lore. As we struggle with the great poison, something stirs at the edges of our vision. It is the hatchling Samus. We feel her across the void as she hunts the corrupted. Will our fates again be one? As our pride shatters, will prophecy become real? When all strength wanes from the Chozo, will it be the hatchling who fulfills our legacy? True sight eludes us, for the poison gnaws at all vision, leaving seers blind and filled with despair. Truth's blessing may come too late. And you can maybe see the water is toxic, so we don't want to go in the water. Oh, I'm going to hit that plasmite. Nope. Jumped over it. And we're going to have a new creature here. The Shriekbat. And pow, 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 pow. Blast door. Where you at, Reaper Vine? The Reaper Vine. Whoop. Go through here. Full energy, so no need to hit the save station right behind me. Great poison comes from Talon's core. Yes, it does. That which fouls the waters seeks the sun. Those seem somewhat counterintuitive. Something at the core seeking the sun. I'll explain that later, though. This wall, not scannable, but looks frail. So that missile expansion is behind a wall that normally... Why are you saying there's an enemy over here? What? It's through the wall somehow. Huh, that's interesting. Normally you will run into a wall that looks like that right after you get your first pack of missiles. And it's scannable to tell you, you know, check out this wall. There's something here. Pull back. Boom. Impassable door with runic symbols. First one right here. And we'll see a lot of that in the Chozo ruins. Oh, toxic water. Many a door are locked with that effect. Blast caps. Get out of here. Hiding a rune. And the fourth one. We see a Chozo lore behind it and something else glowing. What is that? The vines. Roots originate over walls. No decomposition detected. Host plant appears to thrive on toxic water. One of the things that's a little odd about this game is apparently this planet was completely ravaged in like 2 decades or something. Like that's the extent of when the toxin appears and the end destruction that we see now. Can I scan? Yes, I can scan those now. These things will turn on in a bit. The ion. What are you? Charge beam. Good. I get my tractor effect. So I can pull energy, restore items and missile items back towards me. And the ions turn on. And all their creepy effect. Laser beams. Before we deal with that, though, what do my dear Chozo have to say? We have returned to Talon 4, born here against our will by a great cataclysm from the reaches of space. A meteor came, casting a dark shadow of debris over the land with the violence of its impact. Though we perceived this from beyond space and time, it was but a curiosity, a brief flare in the infinite march of the universe. But the meteor brought with it corruption. A great poison burst forth into the land, clawing at life with such violence that we were ripped from our peaceful state and find ourselves wandering as shadows of the mortal forms we left behind, searching for why we are here. Quickly, quickly now. From up above. Oh no, Reaper Vine. Yow. That did not go as elegantly as I thought that would. But now we got the charge beam back. And we got those guys up there. Just in case. Tractor beam door. I'm sorry, missile lock door. No need to save. Just want my health back. Oh, I missed all of those. Woohoo, danger. Boop, pop up here. Normally you're supposed to go back there. There's a morph ball hole, and it'll let you get to there. I wonder what that post is for. Huh. But this way you avoid all the enemies. So now we are searching for... Oh, I got hit by one. Not too bad. Morph ball bombs. Don't think I've scanned this medium size research, medium size energy. New research, lock system engaged. Not a missile lock, but just a you must do something type lock. And we will see what that is that I must do. Right over here. You are ugly as sin. Stone Toad. We will not mess around with the toad until we get our bombs. There's another enemy that we're only going to see once, so we got to scan it right away as it spews fire. Incinerator drone. We're in the waste disposal. Creature entry, War Wasp Hive. Get a better look on the world. Shoot that. And hopefully grab a barbed War Wasp. We've only slightly met their smaller siblings, maybe? Whatever you want to call the regular War Wasps. And eventually we will meet the Ram War Wasp. But we're kind of skipping that part of the game. Oh, you didn't need a missile for that. That is exciting. There's the fire. There's the flamethrower. Tuck underneath. Ah-ho! Stuck against the wall. And that ends the battle. The early fights are always a wee bit precarious because you have no energy. Get up from 9 to 29. Structural weakness. What do we got here? Morph ball bombs. As in other Metroids, the bombs allow you to reach ever new heights. And as we will see, with all Metroid games, I am incapable of any significant bomb mechanics. I can't do really any decent bomb jumping in Super Metroid. And I can do a double bomb jump here, because that's fairly standard procedure. I might try a triple bomb jump, and after failing a few times, concede that it's not possible. That it's a myth. It's a form of occult magic. Pop, pop, pop. Get out of here. Let's get some new research. Morph ball slot. Pow. It's our first timed puzzle. Or at least I think it is. Maybe. Oh, come on. Out the door. Boop. We gotta turn on 3 generators. Do, 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 do. Where you at? Jump. The other joys of the double jump. Easily skipping platforms that aren't needed. Pow. Now we've permanently drained the pool, unlocked the seal on the door, and created some platforms. Oop. Do-do. Tractor beam. Oh boy, that sounded like a shriek bat. Chasing after me. Boom. And we will come back here later to skip that spider track. Samus's spider ball, the only spider that's at all decent and good in the world. Second energy. Such goodness. Whoop. But okay, let's demonstrate the triple bomb jump. Or my inability to triple bomb jump. So it relies on the fact that you pop yourself up once, and then you use your next 2 bombs to reset your 3-bomb limit so that you can do a double bomb jump from an elevated bomb. And as you saw, I am not really capable of doing it. It's just an illusion, a dream that other people have been able to do. Whoop, skip these ions. Oh, go through here. In a little bit, we will never do that again. We will just accept whatever damage is being dealt us. And hop on down. I don't think you can take fall damage in this game, but I might be wrong. I've never noticed it in... What are we doing now? We are going up here, I think. Let's get ourselves... You can skip scanning the runes if you can triple bomb jump. But as I've demonstrated, that's not something I can do. Right over there. Another rune. So you're supposed to use bombs to break those. There's a War Wasp Hive. There's another rune. And here are your standard War Wasps. The baby cousins of the barbed War Wasps that we just fought. And here we're going to use a L jump, assisted jump, by doing an aim lock. You skip the initial kind of slowdown of momentum needed when you do a jump. And, oh, get out of here, wasps. So basically it gives you a little bit of extra speed. You look a bit off center, lock your aim with L, and you get full momentum right out the gate. I think it also gives you a little bit of extra height. Oh, actually it definitely does, and later on when we get to Fendrana, I know a perfect place to demonstrate the extra elevation effect. Oh, nope. Well, I feel dumb. Let's fall down. Where do we want to be? Over here. I skipped a missile expansion that we may need for this boss coming up. Probably don't need it, but I also am not going to be coming back here for a while. I would like all the missiles I can get, because I love me some missiles. Whoop, right here. Jump to the side. Pow. A missile expansion. Easy to miss if you just jump off the ledge and don't think about where you're going. Okay, good. The runes are still activated. Let's go here and here. Being chased by wasps. That is fine. We're good. They are everywhere, though. Oh, Lord. That they are. I'm going to want all the health I can get at this next boss. Unlike in other Metroids. Charging up and then dropping into ball mode does not drop a bunch of bombs. Not a fan of Venom Weed. It's a little annoying to have to shoot the ground. not scannable. And here we're going to have our first, say, major boss. A boss the size of a room. Flagra. Flagra. However it's pronounced. The source of the poison. At least a little bit. Ooh. Bulbs are on steroids. Wait, no, I want the tentacle. New creature, Flagra's tentacle. And new creature, Flagra, itself. Oh boy. Keep scanning, keep scanning. Bam. New creature, Flagra. This mutant plant is the source of toxic water in the ruins. Flagra's growth cycle has been radically accelerated. As a result, it requires near constant exposure to solar energy to remain active. This exposure has made Flagra's outer shell thick and durable. Its lower root system is unprotected and vulnerable, however. Exploit this flaw when possible. Concentrated weapon fire can daze it for short periods. Where is the panel that was lit up? Stop shooting me. Leave me alone. Oh boy. Pop that up. And we go into ball mode. Pop, 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 pop. You only need one bomb, but put in 3 for good measure. And as you might guess, we're going to be doing this 4 times. Whoa! Back off, Flagra. You want to stun it so that it can't knock the light panel back down. Boop. Don't get too close. And many a times I've been hit by the tentacle by being overly eager to get into the morph ball slot. Oh, darn it. Pepper some missiles. Come on. Boop. And once more. Two, 3, and 4. Get out of here. Stun you a bit. What are you doing? Okay, light is activated. She's been stunned. Dodge, dash, dash. All the remaining missiles. Too quick for you, Flagra. And with that, we've defeated the corruption, the poison of the temple, and we've won the game. Not really, only one of those is true. But now we can go into the water. Because look, it's blue again. It's no longer green and gross. Give it a moment. There it is. That is a huge flower. One moment. We'll go to that in a mere second. Let's look at the entrance we came in through. Bramble Brand brands blocking our exit. So we will not be going that way. Boom, boom, boom. The Varia suit. As is classic Metroid, we can now go into hot areas. And not much of a graphical change on our suit. Maybe a wee bit darker. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe it has no visual difference at all. But let us advance. New enemy. The Tangleweed. The Venom Weed's weaker sibling. Boku Health. That sounds very nice. Ooh. Pulse Bamboo. We just gotta run past Pulse Bamboo right away. Jump down to this ledge. Scan these little oculi. Oh, what? Chozo lore. The world, oh boy. The world of living things feels strange to us. We who have existed so long on the edges of time and space. It is clear now that we Chozo can never return to our dimension. Not while the great poison reaches ever further into the planet. It is so powerful, this creeping evil, that our wills are crumbling and our mind beginning to fail. And so, before it is too late, we now make our last stand. We have begun to build the temple to contain this darkness. At its too quick on the A button. At its heart, we will place a cipher, a mystical lock powered by 12 artifacts, and filled with as much power as we Chozo can harness in our ethereal states. Even when we are done, it may be too late. Is there more Chozo lore down here? Looks to be a no. And with that, let's just get out of here. Elevator down to Magmore. We will skip that. Pop. You know what? Nope. We're going to go around here and we're going to beat that boss the normal way because there are plenty of things that are useful in there. Whoop, through here. Pop. Pop. And in here, gotta have more missiles, but we can't get to them without going over here, and here, here, and in there. So I don't think the game, for any critical path element, makes you do a triple. Well, I know for a fact no triple bomb jumps are needed, only for sequence breaking. And I don't think any double bombs are needed for beating the game. You need them for accessing, say, this missile pack. Some health packs later on. Missile expansion. Ever more missiles. And another Chozo lore. Our sanctuary grows by the day. We Chozo know much of technology, but we have chosen to leave it behind on this journey. Our home here on Talent 4 will be a place of simplicity, structures hewn from the stone, bridges woven with branches, hallways caressed by pure waters. We build around the ancient and noble trees, drawing from their strength and giving them our own in return. All that is wild will flow around us here. Our race will be just one more group of creatures in the knit of nature. It is our hope that such a state will bring with it great wisdom, a greater understanding of the nature of the universe. Once our city here is complete, we will peer inward and discover the truth. How noble. How noble my bird-like creatures. Whoop, oh, skip you people. Back into here. Another energy tank. And so we could have snaked around the other way from this, but then we would have had to backtrack for the energy tank and the missile in there. Something I did not want to do. What am I stuck on? Oculi. Oh, hit by 3 of them. Less optimal. What do you say? New Chozo lore. We Chozo are departing now after so many years in peaceful seclusion here on Talon 4. When we came, this place was a refuge for our spirits. A civilization built from native materials, bereft of the trappings of our technology. We were linked to the land here, kindred to the plants and animals, far away from the machines we had become so dependent on. And so we leave it now, pristine, a testament to the mortal forms we no longer need. We have drawn the veils of time and space aside, and are withdrawing beyond the illusion. But we will never forget this, the most sacred of our homes, and we will remain ever watchful. Come in here. Pop. Pop. Break that block. Jump. What are we stuck on? Jump over here. Do a little bypassing of this morph ball track. Missiles. Very happy that you've acquired a new item sound. Not nearly as intense and long and drawn out as in, say, Super Metroid. Room entered and marked off on the map. Through here. Whoop. So as I mentioned earlier, right here is the description of a destroyable wall. And behind it as well are missiles. Also, the water, no longer toxic. Quite nice to be able to get our feet wet. Boom! More missiles. Pow. Our map station. Gonna look at the Chozo ruins. Whoop. That's our elevator, and that's the room I almost went in, but then pulled back. So normally, this is the first path you're supposed to take before you get the missiles. And there's a lot of walls and doors that are locked by missiles. But because you should not have the morph ball when you complete this area, you're forced to come back with all of your missiles and experiment a bit. And here we go. Let's see if I can jump over this. I waited too long. Well, here's your first mini-boss. I guess second one. The first one is in the space pirate ship. And so normally, a couple things about this fight that are easier coming now. I have 2 energy tanks. We got Ram War Wasps. They can knock you into the water. Bam. hive mecha designed to work with the ram war wasps. And before you beat Flagra, whoop, jump, the water is toxic. But now it's not, so if they knock you in the water, it only slows you down as opposed to putting you in toxic water. I think we got one of them left. Get out. And success. This thing looks like it should have 4 pipes for the wasps to come out of. And I'm not really sure why you don't have to kill it 4 times. Here are the first sets of missiles you're supposed to get. Missile launcher acquired. Open that door. Click. Energy tank. So real quickly, you normally don't have the morph ball. So you can't get into this area. We were at the top of this area before. But to more rapidly get to where I want to be, we're going to go back this way. If you come from this side, you can jump like so. Oh, I did not realize that. Well, ceiling panels fall. As long as you don't touch the bridge, you can avoid that fight for the entire game. But if you want to fill out your logbook, you must do that fight. I'm not sure if there comes a point in the game where it's too late to attempt that fight. I don't think there is, but there's always the chance that, you get 80% of the way through the game and it's like, nope, this enemy's never going to appear again. Look at that, laser dodging. All but one. So now we're going to go back to our own ship. And you see, oh no, you're just a normal beetle. I thought we were going to get a big beetle popping out. There we go. Large plated beetle coming to party. We're going to go back to our ship, and I'm also going to go to the artifact site to give a bit of, I don't know, motivation for where we're going. My hope, however, is to avoid picking up any of the artifacts and doing a single episode where we swing through the world, pick up all the artifacts. Along the way, we'll probably pick up any sundry missile and energy expansions that we missed along the way. But for now, I'm not going to skip any missile or energy expansions that I don't have to. Some I will, because they involve sequence breaking that I cannot pull off. Or that if I try to pull off will take forever. We want to go here. Behind here. Missile expansion. Crafty like that. So we'll see that the artifacts have hints for where they are. But finding all the... Oh, fallen down. Finding all the item expansion just involves a lot of searching or using a walkthrough. Full disclosure, in the past I did use a walkthrough. New creature. The cedar, maybe? Sapling? Something to that effect. And welcome to the impact crater. We got this thing floating, suspended by this bridge. I more think that this thing is actually floating through mythical Chozo power. New pirate data. Log 10.308.0. Field team reports are in on an aged structure of alien design built on the surface of Talon 4. Studies show this structure projects a containment field. This field bars access to a prime source of energy within a deep crater. Science team believes the field is powered by a number of strange Chozo artifacts. We have found some of these relics and studies on them have begun. As this field could hinder future energy production operations on Talon 4, we must dismantle it as soon as possible. If this means the destruction of the Chozo artifact, it will be done. How dare they? How dare they disgrace the Chozo? Whoop. Come on, game, load. There we go. And welcome to the artifact site. We see our first artifact down there. We gotta get 2 more lore. As we have done for millennia, we Chozo work constantly on our statuary. The statues are our sentinels. Blind but ever watchful, they are, and always have been, repositories for our most precious secrets and strongest powers. The crafting of each is a long and sacred process, performed only by those Chozo who have lifetimes of experience in such things. We have left these relics on planets across the solar system. Some are merely reminders, silent emblems of the Chozo that serve as icons of peace in lands that know only war. Others wield subtle strength, exerting their influence in ways beyond the understanding of mortal creatures. Still others are guardians of our secret ways, and these can be as terrible as they are beautiful. Those who respect and honor these relics will know the friendship of the Chozo. Those who deface or destroy them will know our wrath, unfettered and raw. So that's a bit concerning. Apparently, Samus is going to know their wrath come Super Metroid, because there's definitely a few Chozo statues that I raze to the ground with power bombs. Maybe I get a pass, though, for being their adoptive child. The congregation of artifacts that hold the great poison at bay still hold strong. Fearful of the potential within the artifact, the invaders known as space pirates tried to destroy it, only to fail in every attempt. We scattered the artifacts across the planet for their protection, and only a few have fallen into invader hands. Failing to understand them, they now seek to unmake them. Again, they fail. They are right to fear these things. Great power sleeps inside them. Prophecy calls for their union come the day that the unholy worm is met by the great defender. We can only hope the artifacts are not destroyed by the invader, for then all will be lost. So we do what we can to preserve the artifacts and to guide the newborn to them. Time wanes within our souls, yet hope remains. Hope in Samus Aran. A little change in music. A little bit of peace. A little peace. Chozo artifact. So we're definitely picking this one up to try to get some hints. Artifact of Truth, the first of 12. Together, the artifacts open the path to the impact crater. And we can see it right there. Boom, boom, boom. Artifact, Truth. Change to orange. And now in a bizarre design decision, not all of these totems will light up with their hints. To the right, we have Artifact of Truth. New artifact. The Heart of Magmor was a test for many warriors. A shrine in their honor holds the Artifact of Strength. Whoop. A sun chamber high atop our ruined home became the nest of a great beast and a source of corruption. Many Chozo spirits have been drawn to this tainted place. Release their bond to the world to claim the Artifact of Wild. This one did not light up. There is a tower within the ruins. There is a tower within the ruins where light always shines. Move through the waters there to find the artifact of Life Giver. Stuck on a wall. Whoop. New artifact. Invaders have claimed Phendrana as their own. A tower sits atop their fortress. Collapse it to reveal the chamber where the artifact of Elder is held. Now we're going to scan that one. Whoop. In one of Talon's far corners, a grove of life lies. Reveal the pillar beneath the waves to find the artifact of Chozo. That one's not lit up. Whoop. Within the ruins of our home, we honor our fallen elders in a great hall. A chamber beneath the statue holds the artifact of World. That one did not light up. And you. Translating to a tall cave stands at Phendrana's edge. Seek the unseen entrance at its top to find the artifact of Spirit. And that is all of the artifacts. Kind of, those hints are very cryptic. But I think, let's look at Wild. The green highlighted Sun Chamber gives a hint to where that item is located. And so if we go to our map, and then we look over here, the Sun Chamber, which is where we fought Flagra. We can't get the artifact yet, but we can come back here and pick it up later. So all of the artifact hints highlight the room name, or at least a hint to the room name. I think one talks about a tower that is always filled with light, and the room's name is called the Light Tower, or something to that effect. So if you don't realize that the map names all of the rooms, finding the artifacts becomes quite challenging. If you do realize it, it's not easy, but it becomes a little simpler. You know at least where to pinpoint where to go. And it requires, at least on the initial finding of them, all of the visors. So you can see through walls, break different structures. But if you know where they are to begin with, you don't actually need those visors to be able to break into them. And with that, we're going to end this second episode, having run through a good part of the Chozo ruins. In the next episode, we'll go into Magmoor and Phendrana and try to advance our abilities a bit. But for now, thank you for joining me. I'm Young Guru, and I will see you next time.